At 10, smoke from Canadian wildfires is once again creating hazy skies and poor air quality across the state. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. So when could that smoke begin to clear out? Let's turn to meteorologist Sam Sampiri for a closer look at when the conditions could improve. Sam?
Well, Brent, it looks like we can expect a little more improvement for your Friday. Now, there's still the air quality alert all the way from Wisconsin and Minnesota all the way down to the mid-Atlantic states and right through Connecticut until midnight. Now, I looked at the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection website, and we are thinking, or the DEP is saying that we're not going to have an air quality alert tomorrow because these numbers are going to drop. Right now, they're unhealthy for everybody. We have temperatures still in the 70s, 68 though in Torrington and New Milford. We're starting to get some cooler air working on down, and visibility is starting to go up, back up now across northern Connecticut. Dew points right now are also starting to drop as a little secondary front has come down out of the north and northwest. So put this into motion. Actually, there were some strong storms just to the north of the Boston area, right up here in eastern Maine and New Hampshire had some severe weather. So we got the flow coming out of the northwest. Overnight, we'll have partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mixed sun and clouds to mostly sunny skies. There'll be a little haze, but it's going to be a nice day as the particulates will go down and we'll have some fairly okay air quality, low 80s. Coming up, detail of the week, and I'll time out some showers for you and what you can expect in the next week. Brent?
All right, Sam, thank you. Well, tonight, a Seymour woman is hoping her pet recovers after a strange and violent encounter today. She and her dog were out for a walk when she discovered a body, and moments later, a dog that was apparently with the person who had collapsed attacked. Tonight, her dog is fighting to recover, and she's asking for help. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza has the full story.
What started as a routine walk quickly turned into a scene of panic and tragedy, one that left a local dog owner and her pet traumatized.
Right now, he's all I have.
That's how Patricia Hirsch describes her dog Squiggy as he recovers from a brutal attack. Hirsch says she was on her normal morning walk near the river in Seymour when she saw what looked like a dog tied up and then a body in the grass. She later learned the person had suffered a medical emergency and died. Their dog stayed behind, guarding them. She says a mail carrier nearby told her they had already called for help and that police are on the way. And as she began to walk away,
And he came and he jumped on my dog, attached to his leg, and just wouldn't let go.
She says she did everything she could to save Squiggy.
Screaming at the top of my lungs, afraid that he was going to get killed because he's little. I mean, no matter what I did, I tried to get him off. I tried pushing him with my foot, kicking him. He wouldn't even go after me. He just wanted to go after my dog.
First responders arrived, eventually having to use pepper spray and a taser to separate the dogs. Squiggy was rushed to an emergency vet with serious injuries.
He's got a lot of deep puncture wounds on that leg, and they're going to keep him at least overnight to check on for infection, for neurological damage, and because there's a lot of nerves that run through there, and they're going to be checking on his eye because one of his eyes was bulging.
Hirsch says Squiggy, who she adopted less than a year ago, now faces a long recovery and is facing a leg amputation. The cost of care estimated at more than $7,000.
Bill is something I really can't afford right now. And I hate to ask anybody, I know how tight everything is for everybody, but he's all I have, so.
Regional Animal Control confirms that other dog involved is now with family under a 10-day quarantine and will not be put down. Officials believe the dog was not acting out of aggression, but out of distress, trying to protect its owner.
Try to protect his master, so can't blame him for that.
As of tonight, Squiggy remains at the veterinary hospital under close watch. His owner says she's focused on helping him recover physically, but also emotionally, as he loved playing with other dogs, and any donations can be made directly through the VCA Shoreline Veterinary Hospital. In Seymour, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
Well, 8 men face charges tonight after a shooting at the Cadillac Ranch restaurant in Southington last night that sent 2 men to the hospital. Police say a 25-year-old man was shot while a 44-year-old man was assaulted by 4 people who allegedly acted together. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson is in Southington, where it all took place.
Yeah, out of those 8 men, the 4 who police say acted together to attack the 44-year-old man were all arraigned in New Britain Superior Court. They were charged with second-degree assault, but no one has been charged with the shooting.
Yes, Your Honor, I do recognize the...
James McDermott, Gerard McAfee, Philip Gugliotti, and Harley Woodbury are the 4 men police say were involved in a fight at the Cadillac Ranch, where they, quote, acted together to assault a 44-year-old man. They were charged with assault and were originally arrested on a $150,000 bond, but a judge lowered that to $50,000. A bail agent confirmed that they all were expected to be released. The judge also ordered each of the men have no contact with the alleged victims in this case.
No contact with the alleged victim in this matter.
McAfee and Gugliotti both have prior convictions. The alleged assault happened sometime during a shooting when a 25-year-old man was shot in the chest. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition but is expected to survive. All of this happened during Cadillac Ranch's weekly bike night event. Police said the scene was very congested when they arrived, with crowds gathered throughout the parking lot and inside the restaurant. 4 of the men were arrested and charged with interfering with an officer. They are expected to appear in front of a New Britain judge on July 29th. The next court date for those men charged with assault will be on July 30th. Right now, police have not named a suspect in the shooting. In Southington, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Well, state police are investigating a drowning, possibly in the Moodus Reservoir. Troopers responded to a home on Triangle Drive around 9:30 last night where they found 68-year-old Mary Tracy Shepley. She was treated at the scene and taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. The home is near Moodus Reservoir, but police did not specify where the drowning occurred. In East Haddam, 2 drivers were taken to a hospital after a 2-car crash this afternoon. It happened at Town Street and Old Kentwood Road. Ambulances from Haddam and East Hampton responded to the scene. The road was temporarily closed. East Haddam police are investigating. I-91 South is back open in Wallingford after a crash caused major traffic delays this afternoon. State police say a vehicle went into the median near exit 15 around 2:30. Injuries were reported, but police have not released any details about their extent. The crash caused a significant backup while the highway was closed for hours, and the incident remains under investigation now. Well, 2 boats were badly damaged in an early morning fire at Burrs Marina in New London. Firefighters responded to the Pequot Avenue Marina just after 5 a.m. and found 2 boats engulfed in flames. 2 other boats and part of the main pier were also damaged by the heat. Fireboats from Groton, Long Point, and Goshen in Waterford helped crews reach one of the burning vessels after it drifted away from the dock. There were no injuries reported. Several roads in Naugatuck were temporarily closed today after a fire suppression system was accidentally activated. North Main Street near Cumberland Farms, along with the Route 8 on and off ramps, were shut down. The fire department says the system released a liquid that is non-toxic but slightly corrosive. DEEP and a cleanup contractor responded to the scene. All roads have since reopened. And a routine propane delivery took an unexpected turn in New Fairfield today. A truck somehow slid down a steep hill and ended up partially submerged in Candlewood Lake. Fox 61's Kayla Cade explains how it happened and what crews had to do to get the truck out of the water.
What started as a simple home propane delivery ended with the truck sliding down Penny Lane and coming to rest in Candlewood Lake. The truck was carrying about 2,000 gallons of fuel at the time, but thankfully, none of it ended up in the water. This whole ordeal started just after 9:30 Thursday morning. This fuel truck was stuck inside the water for hours. New Fairfield's Fire Marshal Christopher Allward says the driver had just left the truck to connect the propane tank to the house when the truck started sliding down the hill and into the lake.
As you can see, there is a dock there which slowed the vehicle down, preventing it from going further into the lake.
Because the truck was so far away from the road, crews had to get crafty with how they were going to get the truck and the fuel out.
Bring in material, riprap, and gravel, build a ramp on the edge of the water, and then at that point they'll tow the vehicle out.
Neighbor Alexis Bansauter says the outcome of this incident could have been much worse.
This is crazy, absolute craziness. I mean, yeah, this isn't something I think that happens every day anywhere, let alone here and right into a lake.
No one was hurt, and the propane truck was towed to a local tow company in Newtown. In New Fairfield, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
A pilot was seriously injured when a small plane crashed into a pond in Plymouth, Massachusetts this morning. The fire department there says the 2-seat aircraft went down in Curlew Pond inside Miles Standish State Forest around 7:30. The pilot was taken to a hospital. Officials have not said whether anyone else was on board and the cause of the crash remains under investigation now. Gas prices have reached 2 new benchmarks just in the past 24 hours. Here in Connecticut, the average price for a gallon of regular gas is back above $4. It now stands at $4.01, which is up 3.5 cents overnight. That's still 18 cents lower than it was a month ago. Nationwide, the average price of diesel has moved above $5 a gallon. That's about 19 cents higher than a week ago, but again, 18 cents lower than a month ago. Connecticut Attorney General William Tong is joining 18 other attorneys general in a legal fight over onshore wind projects. The coalition says the U.S. Department of Defense unlawfully stopped reviewing projects for possible national security concerns. Tong says the freeze is delaying new energy development and could drive up costs. The group is asking a federal court to order the Defense Department to resume those reviews.